I'm ready, Freddie. Hello, everybody. I'm Christopher, the guy behind the camera, as always, Jake the Snake, and this is Fast Lane Classic Cars. Jake, take it away. Oh, my Lord. Hello everybody, I'm Jake. The guy to my immediate left is nobody because Chris is off work today, but that's okay. That's what they make tripods for. Anyway, this is Fastlane Classic Cars, 15 minutes outside St. Louis to the west in St. Charles, Missouri. I'm going to put the phone number above this truck. Look, there it is. Remember it, write it down. Call us about this Tacoma or D4 pickup, whatever you want to call it, or the other 150 or so cars we have at any given time, and also like and subscribe because it helps me help you, help me help you. And when you subscribe, hit the bell because then you get notified when we make cool stuff like this. Also, if you want to see full photo sets of all of our cars, interior, exterior, engine bay, undercarriage, go to our website, www.fastlanecars.com. You can see everything there and specs and pricing as well. But for now, I'm going to talk to you about this thing and take it for a little drive to show you guys how awesome it is. This is a 1994 Toyota Tacoma, or D4 pickup as they called it back then. I'm going to refer to it as the Tacoma because that's kind of what it is. It's got the 22RE 2.4 liter inline 4 engine with electronic fuel injection, 5-speed manual transmission, 15-inch wheels with power brakes behind them, discs in the front, which is awesome, cloth bench seats, gray seat on the inside. It does have 4-wheel drive. It has the transfer case shifter down there in the center. Pretty bog standard interior. It does have air conditioning, which is awesome. And it only has 116,000 miles on it. 116,000 miles on a Toyota from the mid-90s is basically just broken in. Might as well be a brand new Tacoma. If anything, it's just tested at this point, so you know it's going to go for another 200,000 or 300,000 as long as you maintain it and maintenance it. But it's great condition. The red paint is awesome. There's a few touch-up spots here and there. It's got a little bed liner in it. It's an all-star drop-in bed liner. Very cool. The tailgate opens and closes awesome. Very easy. All the doors open and close good. The gas cap has a little lock on it. I mean, it's a pretty pristine condition 1994 Toyota Tacoma. I'm really excited to take it for a drive because I love these old trucks. But one of you guys is going to get this, I suppose. So let's take it for a little spin, why don't we? Okie dokie. Inside the taco. I like calling it a taco. Anyway, pretty standard interior, like I said. You have your air conditioning controls down here. You do have a radio with your 6 preset settings for AM or FM. Let's see, you got buttons on the steering wheel. You have cruise control. I didn't know this had cruise control. Look at that, learned something new. Tilt wheel, very cool. Oh, there it is, tilt wheel. Let's start it up now. Clutch in, make sure it's in neutral. Of course, it's a Toyota, so it just fires right up and idles. This also has some rubber floor mats right now on the floor. I did put them in before I drove to try to keep the floor clean, so that's kind of nice. You do have cranky windows. We're not mad at you. You just have to crank them up and down. They're not automatic, but they're very smooth. And as long as you have functioning arms, you don't need automatic windows. You are the automatic window in the 1994 Toyota Tacoma. Seat belts with shoulder belts. Not all of our cars here at Fastlane Classic Cars always have seat belts. A lot of them have lap belts at least, but this is also very nice. You have nice sun visors that don't droop or anything. The headliner is basically perfect. It is perfect. There's no tears. It's not drooping anywhere. It's kind of like a vinyl headliner, it seems like. You still have all of your transfer case instructions up here on this visor and some safety labels. Let's see, you have a dome light there in the middle. It does work. Very nice. And you have all 3 mirrors and the little slidey window back here if you want to open it. Another cool option. All the gauges seem to be working. It's charging. We're full of gas. Coolant has not moved because it was cold. I cold started it. And yeah, we have oil pressure as well, which is looking good. So I guess there's nothing left to do but to just take it for a drive, like I was saying. I do have it in 2-wheel drive right now, or I should. Yes, it's in 2-wheel drive, so we're not going to need 4x4 today, most likely. I'm not going to be trundling through any rivers. I'm not going to be going through any rivers or over any large rocks. The tires on this thing, they do seem like they've been upgraded. It does have bigger wheels and tires on it than I would have seen on a stock Tacoma, at least from what I've seen. Goes through the potholes just fine. Doesn't even care. Very nice. Everything in here is still really tight. The steering's nice and tight, the shifter's good. It doesn't grind into any of the gears, at least not so far. And you have a cigarette lighter down here in case you want to take up smoking, but don't smoke, kids. Smoke tires, not cigarettes. We've said it before, we'll say it 1,000 times. Smoking tires is more fun anyway. Although this one, with the little 4-cylinder, I don't think is going to be smoking any tires. Burnouts are not what the Tacoma was built for. It was built for hard work. And with the bed liner, you can safely throw whatever you want into the bed of this thing without worrying about denting it or scratching the paint. Although I would wipe your boots off before getting in the inside because it's too clean in here. I would want to keep it this clean if it were my truck. It is, there's no cracks, there's no scratches, the plastic isn't even faded. I don't really understand how it was kept in this good a condition for this long and with only 116,000 miles on it. Whoever had this didn't drive it very much, but it means that it's here now for us to enjoy, and I am enjoying it. It is very nice. Takes the roundabout well. Even with the big tires on it, it doesn't feel wobbly or like it's going to tip over. It's still nice and stable. And when I hit the cruise control, the light still turns on there. Very cool. And it seems to be controlling my cruise. I just turned it on. It also goes in a dead straight line, I will say that as well. But I have cruise control on. My foot is not on the accelerator right now. And we are just cruising along. See, my 5-speed Honda Prelude technically has cruise control, but it doesn't work. This one works. This is very nice. And I'm only in 4th. If I shift into 5th, oh, it takes cruise control off if I shift it. Let's try to set it again. Cruise control's back on, 5th gear. And in 5th gear, doing 40 miles an hour, we're only pulling, let's see, 1,600 RPM, 1,700, somewhere around there. Decent gearing. I think it's around 4-to-1 gear ratio in the back. Oh, that's what it said on Cody's write-up. So not bad. You could definitely drive this on the highway. We'll turn cruise control off. We're not going to need it. Brakes work good, of course. They're power and you have discs in the front. Drums in the rear, but the front's doing most of the braking anyway. And there's nothing wrong with drum brakes either, as long as you're not trying to track your car, which if you're trying to drive this Tacoma around a racetrack, you don't really get the idea of a Tacoma, I think. It's for going over rocks and gravel driveways, grass, really anything you want to put it through. A foot of water, it'll be fine. And the 22RE 4-cylinder engine up there doesn't make a whole lot of horsepower, but it makes plenty of torque to get you around and to throw hundreds of pounds of stuff into that bed and still be just fine. And we're at our stop sign now, which means I'm going to give it a little bit of a bean test. Not that this thing's very fast like I just said, but we're going to see. It gets out of its own way though. Yeah, the shifter is just buttery. Just slides right into gear. Didn't have to fight it at all. You get a nice little click too, so it lets you know that you're there. Very nice. And here we are at the soccer fields where Christopher and I would normally do flybys while he filmed me. I'm not going to be able to do that today because I'm by myself, but there's really not a whole lot to be looking at as far as flybys in this Tacoma. It's got stock exhaust and everything. Not that you'd want to make it too loud because the 22RE in an old truck is not really the best sounding engine ever, I wouldn't think. People don't really do that to these things, but I'm going to stick the GoPro on the outside of the truck and we're going to get a little drive back here. This has been pleasant, I will say. This truck, everything works as it should. It sounds awesome. It starts and runs amazing. It's very low miles for a 94 Tacoma, and it's so clean. The only wear I've seen on the interior is the cruise control buttons. The lettering on them is starting to wear off. It's faded. I can still kind of read it if I look close, but other than that, it's absolutely pristine. I really want this truck. Unfortunately, it's probably going to go to one of you guys. Well, it's fortunate for you. It's unfortunate for me, but I hope you enjoyed. Call us about this truck. I'm going to put the phone number up here again. Might as well. Remember it. Let us know if you want to test drive this old Tacoma, or we can ship it all over the world, all over the country. So if you want to buy it sight unseen, call us up. We can give you all kinds of information about it. It's a pretty easy process. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to drive this back to fast lane now.